J'ai tellement peur. Very eerie, spooky feeling.
He sold his soul to the devil. C'est le milieu de la nuit, it's the middle of the night. When the metro stops and when people stop being around, that's when le vrai Paris, the true dark side of Paris comes alive. There are revolutionaries, prisoners and merchants and some dark stories. We're gonna go to a few of those spots, donc allons-y. We are in the area of la Sorbonne. So la Sorbonne est une université, it's a university, but it's also an area in central Paris. Just a few streets away, there's an eerie story about an étudiant, a student that was in the old Sorbonne. And so he was a student that was also an alchemist, and he was obsessed with eternal life, avec la vie immortelle. So in the 1600s, he experimented with so many potions, so many recipes, and he wasn't able to find a way. And he did a lot of strange rituals in his dormitory, but he still didn't find a way. One night, une nuit, there was an explosion. Il y avait une explosion. And the thing is, when they went to search the room, everything was burnt, but his body was never found. Son corps n'a jamais été trouvé. Since then, students working late at night, qui travaillent tard la nuit, near la rue Saint-Jacques, they say that they hear someone muttering Latin incantation and carrying a little blue flame, une petite flamme bleue. And that's what they call le fantôme de la Sorbonne, the ghost of la Sorbonne.
I'm back in Ile de la Cité, which is a central island of Paris, and it's one of the places with the most haunted stories in all of Paris, and it's also the oldest part. And I made a video of the stories that were here, so if you want to see that video of the stories that were here, I'll put it below. Mais cette partie de Paris me fait tellement peur. This part of Paris scares me so much. J'entends des téléphones sonner, I can hear a phone ring, and I can hear people. Mais quand on regarde les appartements, when you look at the apartments, rien n'est éclairé. Everything is turned off. It's very eerie, spooky feeling in Ile de la Cité.
Now we are in front of the majestic Notre Dame that everyone knows, but no one knows what it was like in the 14th century. There was a ring bearer, la personne qui sonnait les cloches, the one who rang the bells. His name was Benoit, and he was known to live in the towers full time. One time, une fois, the bells, they started to ring by themselves, but they started to ring in a very strange way, une façon très bizarre. It was like a lot of chaotic tolling, it was non-stop ringing, and people were worried about what was happening. It woke up the whole neighborhood, but what everyone was surprised to find is that no one was tugging at the ropes, qu'il y avait personne, that there was no one. Legend says, la légende dit, that Benoit made a pact with the dark forces, avec les forces noires. The pact that he made was that the bell towers would protect the city and protect the citizens as long as he would live. But after he died, but après qu'il soit mort, it was so strange because the bells continued to ring themselves. And so all the neighborhood and all the people were very, very worried. And they sometimes heard these like soft folk cries and mourning sounds. And it was just very eerie sounds in the middle of the night coming from the towers. Some say it's his ghost, c'est son fantôme that is still guarding the towers. And some say it's him warning the city of all the tragedies and all the bad things to come. Another spooky tale, une autre histoire, is about someone called Biscornet. Biscornet was actually told to have maybe done the devil's doors, which are right behind me, qui sont derrière moi. So he was told that he made the doors so intricately, so perfectly. But il y avait beaucoup de personnes, there were a lot of people that were saying that it's no way that he could have built it himself parce que les portes, the doors were super, super well done, and that at the time we didn't have the technology or le savoir-faire or the knowledge to make such beautiful, intricate doors. A lot of people say qu'il a vendu son âme, that he sold his soul, because there's no way he could have had done something so well with that amount of time at that time. Et quand les portes étaient finies, when the doors were finished, ce qui était fou, c'est que personne arrivait à les ouvrir. No one was able to open them. We tried everything. The priests tried holy water, they tried prayers. Ils ont essayé plein de choses, mais les portes n'ouvraient pas. The doors were absolutely not opening. Until finally they creeped them open. Et quand ils ont réussi à les ouvrir, what did they see? They saw Biscornet that was lying dead. Du coup, il était mort. And a lot of people say that he sold his soul to the devil because he had passed away after the work was completed. Après que les portes de la cathédrale étaient complétées. A lot of people say that because of this story, depuis cette histoire, that the doors are cursed and that the devil has somehow put foot into Notre Dame. Will we ever know? I'm not sure, but it's true that Biscornet passed away. Perhaps it was a timing of events, or perhaps he really did sell his soul to the devil. Et sur les différentes portes and on the different doors, il y a des sens différents. Par exemple, là derrière moi, behind me, it represents the last judgment. Donc, on peut voir le diable. We can see the devil. Et en fait, chaque sculpture, ça représente une autre histoire. This would be for a completely other video, a video about l'histoire de Notre-Dame and all the hidden stories que je trouve absolument passionnant. Et on voit une autre sculpture, we see another one. Et vraiment, sur chaque porte, on each door, il y a des histoires un peu cachées. There are hidden stories. On one of them, sur une des sculptures, on voit un homme en train de tenir sa tête. We see a man that's holding his head in depiction of a beheaded soul. It represents one of the damned being judged. Les portes, the portals, show a lot about the resurrection of the dead, judgment, and the fate of the souls.
And just a few streets away from Cluny, which is the Sorbonne area we were at, there is the narrowest street, la rue la plus étroite de Paris, that's called la rue du chat qui pêche, which literally means the street where the cat fishes. C'est une rue très très étroite. It's a very small, narrow street qui sent pas très bon. That doesn't smell very good, which is why I'm not there now. It's this tiny alley that's juste à côté de la Seine, that's right beside the Seine River. And according to the legend, la légende dit, there was a medieval scholar that had a black cat that helped him perform impossible mathematical breakthroughs. So the neighbors, they were convinced that he was like this evil sorcerer, and so they killed the cat and threw it into the Seine. But days later, the cat was seen in the alley again, and it was walking right beside the scholar as if nothing had ever happened, and it was completely dry and healthy. And ever since, black cats and strange luck roam around that neighborhood. Il y a beaucoup de chats noirs. There are a lot of black cats around there. There are a lot of people also that use the toilet there, so I wouldn't advise to go inside. But you may see un chat noir, a black cat.
Derrière moi, behind me, we have the bridge called Le Pont au Change. So it's this bridge that connects Paris to la rive droite, the right bank. It's a place where kings, merchants, and prisoners once crossed paths. Few people know that this bridge was actually the scene of a diabolical pact before, où il y avait le diable. In the Middle Ages, au Moyen Âge, this bridge was actually lined with money changers, and that's why it's called pont au change, because that's what it means in French. Legend says that one of the money changers, he was called Jacques le Changeur, and he became incroyablement riche, incredibly rich overnight, and no one knew actually why. His neighbors and everyone around him said there was no way that he could make that much money, that much gold so fast. One stormy night, a man with a cloak walked into his shops, and the next morning, Jacques was found trembling, shivering. Il avait très très peur, he was very scared, and he was found with his shop full of gold coins. And there was a burnt mark, the shape of a hand, that was put right on the table in his shop. Et depuis ce jour, and from that day, he was never seen again. On l'a plus jamais vu. People say that he sold his soul right there on that bridge in exchange for fortune, pour la fortune. And ever since, et depuis, Parisians say that when thunder strikes on the Seine, when they listen to the thunder, quand ils l'écoutent, they can hear gold coins falling. And a lot of people say that it's the devil coming back to collect his debt. From this bridge, we move to a place of terror, la conciergerie, a prison where the shadows of history never leave. La conciergerie, autrefois un palais royal, in another time it was a royal palace, became a notorious prison during the French Revolution, est devenue une prison célèbre pendant la Révolution française. Thousands, des milliers de personnes injured, disease, despair, and death. Marie-Antoinette spent her last days in this tower agonizing before being led to the guillotine. Some say they still feel the chills when they go visit La Conciergerie to go see her because she might still be there. Many visitors, il y a beaucoup de visiteurs qui ressentent de la froideur, that feel cold. They feel cold spots, they see moving shadows, as if the walls remembered every secret and every story that was going on. And that's how we know that Paris is not only la ville de l'amour, the city of love, ou la ville des lumières, it's also a city with stories, with history, with secrets, with mysteries. And so if you don't want to miss the next episode of this Paris Hanté series, Haunted Paris series, make sure to subscribe because there are very exciting videos coming up. And if you know of any stories that I don't know about, please let me know and comment below because I'm always curious to know about more haunted stories parce que c'est la saison, it's the perfect season with these winter months, and listen to some legends and myths together with a cup of tea. And I hope to see you in the next spooky episode. Donc merci beaucoup and sweet dreams.